Sarah.
23.
I'm Jager. I'm
So,
your student of
there
physical
was a
therapy
technically
today.
before.
So I'm going to explain what we're
Which
doing.
means
We're
we would
obviously
extend
going to be
it
on the
for
treadmill.
So we're just making it have
Hillary
same
will be
cadence,
here
same
just to
watts.
support you, and
Still
so
doing
if
for a minute,
you
and
balance or
then
anything,
figure out,
Hillary will be there
and
to
then
catch
we'll
you,
take
and
it
she's
again.
also going to be
Yes.
doing the speed
Yes.
for us, which
Yeah,
is
and
going to be
then
at your
the one,
self-selected
you've gotta
speed
get it
of
to where
1.5
it's good,
miles per
21,
hour,
23.
which is
So
what
the
you
next
said
one
you were
would take
comfortable
needs
with.
to be either 22,
So
23,
throughout this
24.
session,
So
I'm
you
going to
would
be kind of working that leg
And you're
that's
going
the affected one.
0, 1,
And
2,
we're going to be
3,
aiming
right?
for this red tape.
To
That'll be
0.
your target to get to with your heel.
You do 1.
Okay.
So you're going to land your heel
They just
right
do one.
next
Yeah.
to
You've
the
gotta
red
go
tape.
0.
We're going to try and go for the majority of the time. It's okay if you make mistakes. I do want you to pay attention to those mistakes
So let's say
because
she bites
throughout
for
our
another minute.
20-minute
Not
bout,
okay.
we're going to take about 5 minutes, or every 5 minutes we're going to take feedback. So
Okay.
I want you to tell me how you're doing, and then I will give you feedback on how you're doing.
Okay.
And don't worry, most patients do very well with this
Oh,
task,
good,
so.
okay.
Okay, so I will come down here and Hillary will start working with the speed. Is this comfortable right here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
22. Okay, so you got 23 and 22,
So-
which means it's safe to move on, but you have to get this first. So you say, sure,
Alright,
how
so
do
this
you
is
feel?
about what I'm going to be doing for you right here.
Okay.
Keep an eye on that
Okay,
target.
So you've got 11 on your RPE, and so if you do 23 times 4, what is that? 96.
Alright, so Sarah, it's been about 5 minutes. Can you tell me how you've been doing?
I hit the target every time, that 5 minutes.
Every time? Alright, so I'm going to do a little less down here.
I'm like,
So I
it's
want
in the
you
90s.
to
I got that.
notice
So
where
then-
your hip is in space, all the way back and all the way
Should we be in
forward.
this
So
round?
I'm not going to give you as much feedback from down here with my hands, okay?
Okay.
Which is 75. So then you would bump that up to 75. She would continue.
Alright, Sarah,
And
it's
you
been
have to
another
do the
5
same thing
minutes.
and be able to
How
fit
do you
it
think
into a
this
lesser
bout has
time.
gone?
I missed on that time.
So
Okay. And how do you,
should we do
are you
like
feeling your hip in space?
144?
Yeah, it feels like it's moving more than I'm used to.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And I do
Yeah,
think
I
it's
figured,
good that
I'm
you
like,
make
somebody
errors.
laughed.
Okay.
You can learn from those errors.
Cool.
Okay.
So I really want you to try and
Okay,
focus on
so-
hitting that target.
Then the same
Okay.
thing would happen essentially. And
Alright.
so you go to heart rate, blood pressure,
Count it.
heart rate, RPE, good.
Hi Jager, my name is Sarah. How are you?
Sarah, good.
I'm going to be your physical therapist today, and what we're going to work on is progressing you a little bit. So you've done really, really well in your last sessions. You remember when we walked on the treadmill and we were working on kind of feeling where your hip is in space, because we really want to work on improving that gait speed so you can walk all the way across campus when school starts. So today what we're going to do is something really, really similar. But instead of me kind of holding onto that leg, helping you feel where it is in space, we're just gonna rely on this red piece of tape, okay? So similar to before, I want you to really think about reaching a long leg forward, and your heel is gonna hit right next to that red strip, okay? Do you have any questions about that? Okay.
What speed are we going?
So you've been doing really well, so we're gonna work at 2 miles an hour today, and we're still gonna be holding on, but I'll be right here just in case we have any issues, okay? So go ahead and just turn forward. I'm gonna have you hold on, and we're gonna go ahead and get started here. So as we're going through this, there you go. I really want you to reach forward with that leg so that you're reaching your heel for that red piece of tape. How's that feeling?
That's fine.
Okay. So I'm going to get you up toward 2 miles an hour, okay? So we're going to think about reaching all the way forward with your left leg, and then really let that leg come all the way back as well. So you've got that really nice long stride. And I want you just to notice how often, just like we did in the last sessions, how often your heel is hitting that target. I don't expect you to necessarily hit it every time, but you've done really well hitting it the majority of the time in the past. So we're going to try to keep that up today, okay? So in about 5 minutes, I'm going to ask you how you're doing and if you've been hitting that target every time, okay? So Jager, it's been about 5 minutes. How would you say you're doing as far as hitting your target?
Hit the majority of the time.
Yeah, I agree. So I also noticed that a couple of times your heel wasn't quite as far forward as that tape, but that's all right. Yeah, exactly. So that happens, and what we want is to just then the next time really reach out for that tape, okay? right? So we'll go another 5 minutes. Good, and it's been another 5 minutes. How would you say you did that time?
Yeah, we had all of them.
Yeah, you've done really well this time hitting your target, certainly the majority of the time. So we're going to keep doing this for 20 minutes today, and we're really just working on making sure you can get those long strides so you'll be able to walk all the way across campus when it comes time.
Okay.
All right.
Hi Becca, my name's Hillary. I'm going to be your physical therapist today.
Okay.
So we're going to be working on generating some power through your calf muscles, which is going to help you increase your gait speed so you can walk faster across campus and get to class on time. So what we're going to be doing is you're going to hold on to the rail here for some support. And I'm going to be using this metronome, and it's going to have a pretty fast beat. I'll let you listen to it before we start. And what I want you to focus on is making sure that we're pushing off the ground each time the beat of the metronome is going off. So thinking about pushing off and going as quickly and using as much force as you can as you're doing that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So what I want you to pay attention to is making sure, kind of monitoring and seeing if you're reaching the goal of staying on the beat. So I want you to kind of monitor that and kind of make some corrections if you feel that you didn't quite hit the target.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to have you listen to this first so you can get an idea of like how fast the metronome is. And just kind of imagine yourself pushing off to that speed. Good, makes sense there?
Yeah. I think
Okay, so we're gonna do 15 reps, and we'll do a couple sets, we'll rest in between. So we'll start and I'll keep track of the count for you.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, that was 15. How do you feel like you did?
You're doing pretty well. I think I hit the carpet on each beat.
Okay, great, so we're gonna go ahead and do that again.
Okay.
Hi Hillary, I'm Becca. I'm going to be your physical therapist today. So we're going to keep working on the power of your calf muscles, just like we were doing earlier in the part practice. So I want you to really think about using that same set of muscles on the back of your leg as we go through this exercise. So what we're going to be doing is called bounding. So it's kind of like a little hop. So you're going to be moving yourself forward, and I'm going to be using a metronome to keep a rhythm, because I want you to make sure that you're following along that rhythm so that we have not only a strength component but also a time component to really work on power.
Okay.
So we're going to do a couple sets of this, and what it's going to look like is you're going to bound forward on each foot, just like this, and you're going to be doing it to the beat that I set, and I'll show you that in just a second. So can you just kind of imagine what that might feel like using those muscles on the back of your leg? Okay, here's what the beat is going to be. Okay?
Okay,
How does that sound?
good.
Okay. And I just want you to keep in mind if your foot is hitting the ground each time there's a beat, because that's really what we're looking for and what we'll measure.
Okay.
Okay. And if you feel unstable at all, you can hold on to the wall right here, just for a little extra support.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready? Great job. Okay, so do you feel like you hit the ground each time the beat was on?
I think most of the time I did.
Great. Yeah, it looked pretty good. And did you feel like you were moving yourself forward with those muscles on the back of your leg?
Yes, I felt those working.
Okay, great. Well, we will keep working on that, and we'll do a few more sets.
Okay.